Here's the NC50 that I'll be putting the muffler on. It's a 1981, so it'll go right in here, and this muffler will be replaced out, and I'll clean it up and put it back together. One thing you want to do is always open up this hole here on the muffler where it attaches to the engine. That way it doesn't stress out the pipe up underneath. Yeah, the brackets will break. But this bike has been really great, and I can't wait to put the new muffler on and, give it a try. Put a new seat. The seat, I modified the seat a little bit. You can see where it kind of flips up on the hinge. I'll use a standard seat pan. One of the features here, I don't know if you can see it, but down inside there's a little tiny jar, and usually these bikes, the oil spills out from underneath here, so I put this oil tube in, and the oil goes back and forth when the engine expands. Haven't done anything to the stock air box. That's the best thing to do. Put some inline fuel filters, that helps. Pretty much this bike has been really great. Got 4,433 miles on it as of today. So this is the bike that the muffler will be tested on. Good old NC50, 1981. Little basket. This is the inside of an NC50 muffler. Here's the bracket for the exhaust. And this is a hole that I put in here for a temperature sensor. And then there's the pipe that comes back. The pipe that comes back through, and it sits inside this, I just welded a can in there, and actually that's just a holder. And here is the original pipe, and what's interesting about it is that I ran them and the ends burned. I put a piece of copper on one just to see what it might look like if running really hot, and it's interesting, it melted. So that used to sit inside here, and what I did is clamped it, and just to see what was going on in there with temperature. So today's plan, this is a piece of black pipe I got from Home Depot. I had them cut an inch off. It's a 6-inch, and it's a 5-inch pipe. And the idea is it's just going to fit right in there, just like that. And I'm going to clamp it. And then also I'm going to put it all back together. There'll be bridges here going across, and then the lid will basically go just on, and it has a lip there. Just go on like that, and then screw it down, and then I clamp it with these. I put them around it to hold it on. Basically, it'll just fit right in there. Okay, clamp is installed, and then all these edges here, it's basically in there. The little cup inside is holding the pipe so it doesn't rattle around. Because I had this one in here once and it rattled around, and I'm just thinking that the extra temperature here and the volume increase on this pipe will have an effect up in the engine, and I don't know what it is yet. But the next step in this process will be lengthening the string, this pipe here that runs all the way through, because I think might be an improvement later down the road, but I don't know yet. But so then what will happen is this. I'm going to use, oh boy, here we go. This product endorsement. I'm going to use this stuff called ultra copper, and I'm basically going to glue it in there, like inside in here, and then the lid will go right on to the glue. Bang, right there, bang, screw it on, and then I'll clamp it all shut, and I'll have all these edges sealed up. Also, what I will do is pack some insulation around here, just because I know I have a leak here, but what I'd like to do is not let it be a pressure leak. So I'll put some insulation in here just to slow it down, and then keep the sound waves that bounce off the back of this resonance chamber thing here back, and hopefully it'll pick up temperature and it'll pick up volume, and that should add more up in top of the up there in the cycle where it pulls the gas back into the cylinder. Okay, we're back. Clamp is in. Basically, there's a piece of insulation here that kind of goes over the end of the pressure leak, and then I just globbed it in there. So hopefully that'll slow down the pressure leak. And then basically along here, put this stuff is great. It has a nice color. Glued it onto a piece of strap to make kind of a seal up front, and also put on the edge here on the insulation just another seal. And then the idea is just to drop this lid onto the muffler and seal it up. Okay, ultra copper to the rescue. Here we go. Creating these flaps. These are like, it's basically a strapping part tape. It's stainless steel. And I'm just installing these so they just cover the. And this kind of a seal I've used this before, and it runs pretty good for maybe 3,000 miles, and then it'll start to leak. But for the sake of an experiment, it's easier just to glue it back together than it is to braze it. It's kind of a hassle, but to do all these steps, but it is easier to take apart later. And the goal is to keep experimenting with the muffler to see what can be done with it, just to improve it as it is, versus, redesigning the pipe. Just maybe upgrading it a little bit. Okay, got it all clamped down. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 clamps on here. Probably overkill, but it just kind of looks like it's not going to leak. And then I put these cross braces underneath to seal all those edges. And then the copper, the ultra copper, went under this bracket here and all the way around here, like that. So what I need to do now is clean up all these edges so I can paint it and then just let it dry. Okay, everything has been clamped up and cleaned up as best as I could. Actually, here's another pipe design I've been trying with the NC50, a pocket bike pipe on a spare muffler, half the muffler, just to use it as a holder. I'm still not sure what I'm going to do with this one. I have an idea, but I just don't know yet. I have decided I don't want to keep it. I don't want to take it apart. Getting back to the one I'm working on, this again, it now looks like it's got 7 clamps, and now all I need to do is paint this. It's cleaned up, and then I'm done for the night. Okay, I'm back. Man, I'm done here, man. I use this high temp paint. Resists heat up to 1500 degrees. Suitable for headers and exhaust manifolds. It's pretty good stuff. Smells really bad. I'm not going to talk long. I'm out of here. This thing has been painted. One coat, as much as I could. It's too toxic to stay. I am out of here. I am out of here. Okay, the new muffler is on. Yeah, sorry I sound so stuffed, but I had a bad cold not too. Well, I have to say that the ride was interesting because it seemed like the bike held it held up much better under the load. You know, like when you're going up a hill, it seems like it would grab onto that extra volume of gas back there reflecting back, and it just seemed like it run better. I mean, I'm getting a good solid 28. I'm getting 20, you know, a little bit better in the miles per hour, between a good solid 28 miles an hour. I mean, it does a really good 28, and I think it ran better. I think prior to the change, I think it ran better at 25 with the stock pipe. But right now, a good solid 28. I went down this really big hill, and I saw 33 on it at the bottom of the hill, just ripping. But yeah, my only concern is that the motor felt hotter when I got back. So, you know, hopefully that I won't burn the piston up, or I'll have to probably do a plug chop just to see how it looks, if it's nice and brown. But otherwise, I'm happy with the result. Long ago, but what I wanted to do really quick was just say, here is a stock exhaust with a cover on it, and all my covers fell off, and I never really put them back on. It's a good idea, but I really don't need it. I had so many of these fall off, I quit installing them. What I wanted to show you though, this muffler was out of a 1978 Express that I used for parts, and see how oil slugged it gets. It's a real early bike, really oil slugged. This is the muffler off my. I just changed out the stock one. It's always good to have the stock one, but you can see where the string. This part here is longer on it. But for now, I'm not going to worry about it changing that. Just clean it up and put it back into service later, I guess.